I know. The shirt is more olive drab than green, but I did the best I could because it's today, right? It's St. Patrick's Day, so at least I got uh, slightly dusty Irish whiskey. This one here is the Waterford single farm origin Bannow Island Irish single malt whiskey. And I'm gonna pour me a dram. There's the bottle, the Waterford bottle. And after I've poured the dram, I'm going to read all the fine print that's on the back here. Let you know what we're getting into. This here was the last thing I got from the BC Liquor Store Premium Spirits release of 2020. I had to order it online and I had to wait an extra week to go pick it up just because that's what it took. The price on this is $119.99, 10-cent bottle deposit, $12 liquor tax, $6 goods and services tax, going for $138.09 out the door. I don't know if you can read that. $138.09 out the door. Now let's see if we can get this open. Okay, there's a plastic thing on top covering the whole deal. And it looks like a glass stopper. This is reminding me a little bit of Shelter Point with a glass stopper like that. There we are, glass stopper. It is just like Shelter Point. There you are, glass stopper. So Shelter Point is not the only one that uses this. Waterford uses it too. I believe this is bottled at 50% alcohol by volume. Yes, it says so right here. 700 mils. It is, after all, a European bottle. Let's shut this up and see what it says on here. One place, one farm, one spirit. Barley is a source of malt whiskey's complex flavors. Those flavors are shaped by the place where the barley grows, by the soils that nourish its roots, by the microclimate in which it ripens, by terroir. Across Southern Ireland, warmed by the Gulf Stream, temperate, moist air crosses fertile soils to produce a verdant landscape and the world's finest barley. Our single farm origin editions explore this premier region, one terroir at a time. Each inclusive bottling represents the precision of place. There's been a brewery here on the banks of the River Suir since 1792. Today's Waterford Distillery, the technological marvel we call the facilitator, enables us to create elite whiskey. State-of-the-art equipment marries with ancient knowledge, local Irish barley with extended fermentations, unhurried distillations with a spectrum of exceptional oak. Thus we can reveal the ultimate expression of terroir. Farm by farm, harvest by harvest, unique distillates, new starting points, and beguiling expressions of place. Each single farm origin is a compelling and intriguing whiskey, but also an intellectual challenge to the whiskey world's status quo. Our radical, uncompromising philosophy allows inquisitive drinkers to join our exploration of the frontiers of authentic flavors, to search beyond conventions and to celebrate individuality, one place, one farm at a time. I was about to say, to explore brave new worlds, to seek out new life, and so on, to boldly go where no man has gone before. To discover this whiskey's remarkable provenance, enter the terroir code on the waterfordwhiskey.com. Oh, it's distilled in 2016, bottled in 2020, so 4 years old, I guess. Free from coloring, additives, and chill filtration. Distilled, matured, and bottled in Waterford, product of Ireland. Well, that's it for that. What does it say on the bottle? Bannow Island on Ireland's rugged southern coast is where the Normans took their first conquering steps in 1169. Here, tidal sandbanks and wind-blown dunes rise up over a lost town, long faded from the map. Swirling, shape-shifting currents and alluvial floods create a fertile landscape. Ed Harper's are wild, exposed fields battered by Atlantic gales as the stunted hedgerow trees, leaning at abrupt angles, testify a unique terroir where sandy loam reaches right down to the shoreline itself. This 2015 harvest, distilled in 2016, was an exceptional year for Irish barley. Grower Ed Harper, Bannow Island, Wexford, harvested 7 September of 2015, distilled week 25, 2016, bottled in 2020. To discover this whiskey's remarkable provenance, enter the terroir code. Okay, and there's a terroir code right there. Right there. Okay. Maybe we'll give this a try. I did say it was bottled at 50%, right? Yeah. What do you see there? Sheeting action going down, down, leaving some drops. And the sheeting action goes slowly. There are drops clinging to the sides of the glass. Huh. Single malt. Delicate on the nose. Delicate, a little malty. This is quite young. It's only 4 years old. I'm getting a delicate malty nose. Not a lot of complexity. I imagine this was bottled after being matured in ex-bourbon barrels. Wow. This is something special. It is definitely spirit driven. packs a punch. I don't get so much on the nose, it's quite delicate. But the flavor on the palate is like an explosion in the mouth. It just opens up. The only time I've ever experienced that before was with a particular Japanese whiskey at a Victoria Whiskey Festival back in 2015. Yeah, 6 years ago. Where it didn't really smell like much. It smelled quite delicate. Smelled quite delicate. It was a little bit malty, a tiny little bit fruity. I'm getting a little bit of a sulfur. Seems to be like sulfur. It's like matchsticks. The sulfur on the tips of matchsticks. But this is only coming out now. This is slowly revealing itself to me as I go along. I think there's going to be some more complexity as I go along. More complexity on the nose. A tiny little bit of that dried up marinated cherry that I get from a Del Monte fruit cup. But it's very subtle. It's a little malty. It's only very slightly fruity. And there is a little, malt, a little bit fruity, like those cherries from the Del Monte fruit cup, those marinated cherries. And what else? It's subtle. I'm not usually one for subtlety, but this one, as soon as I take a sip, before I do that, I'll have a glug of water. It is, after all, 50%. Wow. Wow, that is special. That is really something else. That has a barley note. I'm getting some wood too. But that has a barley note unlike any other I've ever tasted. It is just barley and wood. Although it seems to be kind of woody, this is spirit driven all the way. I can just smell the field. I can smell the dirt in the field. And I can almost smell how the salt from the sea has blown up on the shore and has almost crippled the barley plants, if that makes any sense at all. This is a whiskey flavor unlike any other I've ever had before. There's a maltiness, there's a barley sugar, I'm tasting the dirt, I'm tasting the dried out barley plants as the sea spray condenses. I don't know if condensing is the right word. The sea spray, there's the sea spray, it's salty water, and it lands on the plant. And the water evaporates, leaving the salt stuck to the side of the plant. And this is what I'm getting on the palate. And a little bit of that matchstick sulfur. This will be interesting to see how it evolves over time. But right now it's just a very young whiskey. Is it worth the money? Is it worth the $138.09 for a 4-year-old whiskey? The last time I had such an experience with a young whiskey was when I had that bourbon from, where was it made? Brooklyn. And it was this good. But that was like $110 for 500 milliliters. Wow. They are doing some awesome things at Waterford. Slanchava, and happy St. Patrick's Day.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Yeah.